So now let's talk a little bit about women and the women's brains. So the right anterior parietal lobe has to do with relationship, the quality of relationship, the dynamics of relationship, the communication of authenticity and feelings and articulation of what you think and what you want and what you wish. This communication is so important for the right part of the brain. Without that, their estrogen levels will drop. Their oxytocin levels, another hormone, will drop. Now, oxytocin and estrogen, I focus on those because those two hormones together are completely responsible for a woman's openness and willingness to contribute. Okay, so we want to motivate women. So how do we motivate women is we have to communicate in a way and behave in a way that increases estrogen and increases oxytocin. Now, what would that be? Well, to understand what creates these hormones is anytime you recognize someone, you know their name, you ask a question and show interest, you listen and then ask another question and listen and ask another question and listening, what's happening there? You're fully hearing someone, you're fully seeing them, you're stepping into their shoes, you're understanding where they're coming from, you're validating them because you're present with them in that way. When you do that for someone, if they have low estrogen, low oxytocin, those levels of hormone will surge up. They rise up, and a woman will begin to feel like, oh, I can trust you. Now, maybe you're saying, I'm the very best at this, and I can do this, and I can solve your problems. If I say that, it will increase testosterone. That's what you want to say to a man. Oh, I know how to do this. I'll get this done. I've done this before. I've got all these certificates. I'm a brilliant at this. We can get the job done. This is the best company for you to work with. Bragging about yourself impresses men, for some women to some extent, but more important for women is, yeah, you can do the job, but do you care about me? Am I important to you? Do I have a relationship with you? Will you look out for me? And the bottom line is these feelings are actually directly linked to her biology. So let me give you an example of one time at our house many, many years ago. We were going to repaint the house on the inside of the house, and we hired painters. And so I'm busy in my work. My wife said she would interview the painters. I had just gotten a reference, sounded good. I was happy to hire that person. She says, no, they're coming into my home. I want to know who they are. So she interviewed 3 painters, their company, but the main person in each company. And they were all like good painters. They had good references. There was someone you could trust according to other people. But then she picked one, and she picked the one that was more expensive. And I said, if they're all pretty much equal, why did you pick the one that was more expensive? And she said, oh, they were pretty much equal except one thing. I said, well, what was that one thing? It was a man, and he said, well, we provide the best service, which they all said. We will get this done. This is our estimate. But we add something else. And that is, when we're done, we always clean up after ourselves. So you don't have to worry about anything. We will leave your house cleaner and more organized than it was before. And my wife laughed inside and said, I can't wait to see that, a man who cleans up after himself. So she was willing to pay more money just to see these men cleaning up after themselves. And of course, the practicality of not having to worry about fixing everything up after they leave. And this is something that it's just a little example, but it's that extra touch that says, I'm going to provide a little extra more for you, and you're special, you're important to me. That goes a long way to increasing the estrogen and the oxytocin.
Ea și el vorbesc, dar nu comunică. La fel la serviciu, la fel și acasă. Un lucru e sigur, degeaba vorbim aceeași limbă dacă gândim diferit. Se mai poate face ceva? John Gray spune că da. Autorul bestsellerului internațional Bărbații sunt de pe Marte, femeile sunt de pe Venus vine în România. Află de la el cum gândesc de fapt cele două sexe. Vei descoperi cum poți aplica aceste lucruri în relația cu colegii, șefii sau subordonații de sex opus, dar și în negociere, motivare sau leadership. Rezervă-ți loc chiar acum pe www.traininguri.ro. Pro. Locurile sunt limitate. Un eveniment marca Extreme Training.
Bun, nu facem cursuri de dirijat circulația la Polul Nord și nici despre cum să mănânci cu bețișoarele într-o stație orbitală, însă facem cursuri care îți pot folosi în viața profesională sau în cea care contează cu adevărat. Negociere, vânzări, trainer, manager de proiect, HR sau leadership. Intră și tu pe traininguri.ro și alege cursul potrivit. www.traininguri.ro. Garantat de Extreme Training.